The Royal Commission into Trade Union Governance and Corruption is focused again on the unions, and in particular the conduct of cfmeu officials in the nation's capital. Today, secret phone recordings allegedly revealed officials plotting to disrupt at a worksite. The evidence follows serious allegations heard in July of intimidation and corruption against Canberra building contractors. During those hearings, 3 men were arrested. Now, following weeks of discussion over the politics of the inquiry and its Commissioner Dyson Hayden, some of the contractors are hoping full attention will return to a union they believe is out to ruin their livelihoods. Matthew Doran reports.
As a proud young business owner in this country, I am absolutely blown away by the thuggery and the lies that are coming from these unions officials. Shane aware of what he's got.
Troy Armstrong has run a concrete formwork construction business in Canberra for the best part of a decade. He's one of around 50 contractors to front the Royal Commission with accusations of heavy-handed tactics by the CFMEU.
And you operate a business under the name Claw Construction?
Yes, I do.
Troy Armstrong alleges the CFMEU came to him in 2012 with an employment contract for his workers, setting out unreasonable pay and conditions.
Talk sort of broke down with that EBA when they asked to pay workers higher than what I was actually earning myself.
At a meeting in a fast food outlet in Canberra's industrial heartland, he refused to sign the agreement, and that's when the relationship turned nasty.
Pretty much once I had that meeting with the CFMEU, they had asked me where I was working at the time, which I had told them. And within 2 days of actually having that meeting, there they were on site threatening builders to and telling them that they have to kick me off site and use a CFMEU approved company. That door and that door would have been missed on you.
Troy Armstrong told the Commission if builders didn't comply with the union demands, safety concerns would suddenly emerge.
It means them slowing down, it means the CFMEU obviously slow down the sites, and it makes the builders very hesitant about using me in the future. You know, they will look at going towards a CFMEU company if it means they can build and build quickly without harassment.
What occurred during the Canberra hearings was something unprecedented.
Canberra is experiencing a construction boom. Apartment blocks and office towers are taking over the city's skyline, and new suburbs seemingly spring up overnight. But amidst that buzz of activity, the Royal Commission has unveiled allegations there's a seedy underbelly to the industry.
We've had more witnesses come forward in Canberra than the rest of the country put together. The ACCC and the AFP are now very active in this space. There have been 3 arrests so far in the ACT, and the ACCC has set up a specific task force to investigate market sharing arrangements coordinated by the CFMEU in Canberra's commercial industry.
A former CFMEU official has been arrested in Canberra almost immediately after giving evidence at the Trade Union's Royal Commission.
Former union organiser Fihi Kavalu was the first to be arrested, pleading not guilty to 2 counts of blackmail. Police phone taps revealed Kavalu, also a former Labor Party sub-branch president, demanded tens of thousands of dollars from local contractors, allegedly in exchange for access to the Canberra market.
How the hell did you remember we agreed on 50 grand for the Morris job, right? Okay, and then, you know, the other 50 grand was coming from, sorry, it wasn't 50 grand, I think it was 40 or 35, was coming from the Yarralumla job that you still haven't paid. And you said,
what do you mean I still haven't paid? Fee, how many times I've given you money? I've got a record of every single time how much money I've...
Yeah.
You had been putting to him that he had no choice other than to make these payments if he wanted to work in Canberra. That's right, isn't it?
I don't think so.
And you'd got the money out of him on that basis?
I don't think so. He voluntarily gave money up.
Johnny Lomax, here to stay.
Former Canberra Raiders NRL star turned union organiser John Lomax is also facing a charge of blackmail. No money was involved, but police allege he intimidated a company into complying with a union employment contract. He's denied the charge. Today, a phone tap was played to the Commission, revealing Lomax threatening to rip up a company's employment contract if it didn't pay for more union members to be signed up.
You won't be doing any work. You won't be doing any work on commercial sites.
Mate, look, we pay our workers to your EBA, which you put in there for us. We're not doing nothing wrong.
Peter Josifowski is another ACT contractor who's given evidence to the Commission. He says the CFMEU tried to force an employment contract on his company, MPR Scaffolding, demanding excessive pay rates for his workers.
I walked out on one of the first meetings quite early on. I didn't really go back to them, and they just kept coming to me and just asking me again to sign it, sign it and we'll leave you alone. And obviously they didn't, they kept coming back, and then eventually I told them that I wasn't going to sign the EBA, and that's when they sort of threatened me.
What sort of threats did they make?
Well, it was just that day saying that MPR won't be around in the construction industry for much longer.
And you took that to mean that they'd try and shut you down?
Yeah, pretty much make it as hard as they could make it for me to win jobs and get jobs, I suppose.
Within days of him refusing to sign, flyers appeared at building sites, accusing him of underpaying his workers.
It's got some pretty strong words on there. We won't cop rip-offs and things like that.
Well, that's what I mean, and that's still before anything's been proven.
The CFMEU is now taking him to court over that wage claim.
And did you open the EBA up to the place for him to sign it? Yep.
With proceedings streamed live online, Peter Josifowski tunes in whenever he can.
Like days of our lives, I suppose. It's not bad.
And you said it looks like MPR won't be around for much longer in the construction industry.
No, I don't believe I said that.
He told me that MPR will be run out of business. It won't be around in the construction industry for much longer because I didn't sign the EBA when they wanted me to.
So they'd block you getting work?
Well, that's how I took it, yeah.
John Lomax. The CFMEU declined a request for an interview. In a statement, its National Assistant Secretary Dave Noonan alleges the two companies who spoke to 730 may find it convenient to blame the union for their own mismanagement. He says the CFMEU is just trying to achieve better work conditions and denies any allegation of coercion. For the builders who've given evidence, there's still uncertainty ahead.
If the CFMEU are to keep picking on me after this, and it means bringing my jobs to a halt and me losing money and my business going downhill, well, that's the risk I take.
I've got a family, a mortgage and all the rest of it, and like I said, I'm just a very small business. It puts a bit of pressure at home with the wife and the kids, I suppose, worrying about whether you're going to have work.